has a purpose. God has a plan. I'm living His will. He's got me in His hands. I'm chilling, chilling, chilling with purpose. God has a purpose. God has a plan. I'm living His will. He's got me in His hands. I'm chilling, chilling, chilling with purpose.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Chilling with Purpose, the broadcast that rescues the heart and the mind. We are so excited. I really am like extra super duper excited, but we is all excited because our coverings are on tonight. The coverings of a refuge in the city, and we get to interview them as our guests on Chilling with Purpose. Apostle, let me know, did it come through for your page before we delve all the way in? We want to make sure that you got it too.
All right. I don't see it yet.
Okay. I know there was a...
Do I need to put in to try to find it in the other thing?
No. Did you put his name on there, Selena?
Yeah, I tagged him.
Oh, she tagged you because I did see that it said share. So go into your name, like where your picture is, tap that, and then the live part should come up in your feed.
I think it just says profile picture.
Okay. Do you see it?
I don't know too much about Facebook anymore.
Because like I have to be, but it's not letting me share, but I know from Chilling.
Okay, I went to the Chilling with Purpose thing. I had to download that.
Oh, well, no, it should come up on your page though, too.
Okay.
We'll get it figured out.
Okay.
All right.
We'll get it figured out.
Well, you guys, welcome, viewing audience. As you guys are coming on in, we are excited tonight. We will be interviewing Apostle Verdell Goins and his beautiful bride, Lady Sherry Goins, and we are continuing in our marriage series of interviewing people. We want to know about their love story and how they met. And many of you have given us feedback on the back end. What we are continuing to learn, that even when we may not have a big live audience, we get hundreds of people that view this after the fact. And we are learning, we have some people in Africa, in the Twin Islands, right? The Twin Islands of Trinidad and Tobago. We have some people in Jamaica and other parts of the United States that actually, yes, that's pretty exciting, that actually watch our broadcasts in the after we are live. So I think that's pretty awesome. And you all can always go on our website to watch these videos historically. I forgot, we've had the website 2 years, right? So there's 2 years worth of videos on the website that you can view actually for free. And so go out there, enjoy yourself. Still one of my favorite series that we have done is this marriage series, and when we did Forged in the Fire. Those are two of my favorites. So y'all come on in, because this is just going to be so fun. I'm so excited.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm moving closer. Dang it, I always forget to pop me some popcorn. So how long have you two beautiful people been married?
So we just celebrated our 10th anniversary in May. In May.
Happy anniversary. Go Winds. What?
And we were in Mexico. We had the best time. We had a
Oh,
good time.
that is awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. How long did y'all stay?
About
Like,
Yeah.
6 days and 5 nights. We were in Cancun.
mm.
Yeah.
See, he be putting it down when they celebrate. Like, hey, she probably says, I want to stay. And he be like, okay, here we go. And it all come
Take it to the
together.
next level.
Yeah.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Well, congratulations on 10 years of making this happen. Yes, yes.
Thank you.
So tell us how y'all met. Tell us your love story.
You want to go? Or you want me to?
Well, I was on an app, and I was kind of getting to the point of being frustrated because I couldn't find what I was looking for. I went into several different things, and I said, I'm not going to go on this other app because, it's not the Christian app. So I waited, then I got on it. Black People Meet, and went on there, and she was about to stop too. And she, when I talked to her, I didn't really know how to, do the different kind of pictures and different things. But we talked all that night. And first she said, well, no, we were, I guess, texting. And she said, I want to hear your voice. I want to see you. And then I didn't really know how to do technology, but we talked all that night. I think it was January 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Of 2014. The third, okay.
Yeah.
And that's how it started.
Yeah. Now let me tell the story.
That's how it really went down.
Now let me
He don't know how to work the computer. He don't know how to do
the rest of the story.
Look, wait, she moved him out the way. The camera and all of
This
it.
is a couple things. It's not just you.
I love it. This is how you do an interview.
Go ahead.
So we were on Black People Meet, and so you know how you get spammed and whatever you call it, catfished, and people aren't who they say they are. So he sent me a picture, and on his picture it had a wedding ring.
Oh.
And so I'm like, okay, so let me get an understanding.
He like, dang.
And so then he said, well, oh, that's an old picture. I said, uh-huh. I said, so what I'm going to need you to do is for you to send me a picture. And then he's going to tell me, well, I don't know how to take a picture. I'm like, okay.
I didn't know how to do a selfie.
Yeah, he didn't know how to do a selfie. So I'm like, okay, it's 2014 and you don't know how to do a selfie. First red flag.
Right? Pastor, you should have told her to call me. Like, look, I got this member. She could vouch for me.
Yeah. And so I think his daughters helped him. So he sent a selfie. And then he tells me all this stuff. I'm an apostle and I have my own I have a ministry and I have a PhD. I'm like, mm-hmm. And I have a counseling center. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we went through all that, and of course I'm Googling because I'm not believing in one word of it. And so I found his picture, but we got to the wedding ring. That was an old picture. Okay, we got through that, and then I said, okay. I said, so I said, I'm not gonna be doing this back and forth thing for months and months and months without meeting you. I said, we have a time limit on it. It's not going to be months and months. If we go through 2 and 3 years and I never met you, right? And so he did. He came to Texas, and I picked him up in Oklahoma City. I was in Wichita Falls, and he came, and then he came several times, and then I went to Colorado when he was currently moving out of the location he was at.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but I'm going to tell you that our story is not the fairy tale story. You know, we have been through a lot. We have been through a lot with him being a pastor and an apostle and being divorced and having grown kids and that extended family thing. And we got married pretty quickly, 3 months after we met. And so we went through a lot. So it has not been smooth sailing. It has not. So we met in January and we got married in May.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she had her friend in the police department check me out.
I sure did.
She didn't think she got to see if I was.
You need to run his name for me.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna reach out to when mine come. I'm gonna need his name ran too.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So that is how we met. And then I moved to Colorado. And I'm going to tell you, from day one, it's like, oh my goodness, is this where I'm supposed to be? I'm telling you, you know, we went through some things.
Mm-hmm.
We have gone through some things. Yeah.
Okay, so y'all moved to Colorado, or you moved to Colorado. And so, okay, y'all met 3 months later. What brought about the 3 months later? How did you know that either of you were safe to enter into marriage after 3 months?
Well, before we moved into the break, well, of course it was fasting and praying. That January, you know what happens that January.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you had that 24-hour thing. So I had to make some decisions and go back and forth before getting to that stage. So I had to go through some changes and different things at that beginning of the year. And before moving too fast, kind of made some decisions that I had kind of initially said I kind of need to correct, and talked to my overseer and just went through different things. And it took a while. We got engaged first at the what's that place you like? Papado was over there in DTC. And got down did the ring thing, got on my knees and all that kind of stuff. And then we set a date for May. And then we kind of had it in the church, you know, had a few people over in the daytime because we were trying to do things the right way.
Mm-hmm.
We did. And we was living in the Breakers. They changed it to Taba Waters now.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we're going, and that's where things got started. So, and you know, we had that move and transition because 2014 was a whole lot going on. We had to change from that building on Galena to move to the other place. So it was a whole lot of transition.
Mm-hmm.
So in the move and all that and what's going on. And that's when I renamed the church to Wisdom, because I said, I got to start walking in wisdom from today going forward. And so it was a whole lot of challenges. And so I still use that as far as walking in wisdom, and we, you know, transferred things and everything else. And so, but it was, you know, we enjoyed it. You know, I felt that this was, you know, what in that case was saying is I had a promise that God had promised something for me. And that's why I felt like that she was to me. And then the Apostle Cat said, yeah, she's going to give you some experiences you never had before. And I said, she didn't ever.
He reminds me of that every now and then. He said, tell me.
Yes. I knew I heard that clearly. Like, oh, yes, she about to introduce him to some new things.
Yeah. So
lovely. Go ahead.
That's how we met, and how and then I ended up in Colorado. And of course, because we got married quickly, there were so many questions. And are you sure? And y'all met on the internet. And I mean, nothing was right. You know, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't do anything right. You know, everything was my fault, you know. So I was a scapegoat for a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that produced a lot of hurt and a lot of hard feelings. And you know, it wasn't good for our marriage, just getting married and having not known each other for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And so, of course, if I had to do it over again, I probably would have waited longer. I would have waited longer. So that would be my advice to anyone, is to give it time. Go through at least the 4 seasons: the winter, spring, summer, and fall. Go through at least the 4 seasons. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You know, both them songs playing in my head, like spring, summer, whatever that 4 season song. Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, extended families are always challenging. It doesn't matter if their kids are young or if they're an adult, because what you have to remember is that you're the person that chose that person you're marrying. The kids didn't choose that person.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to remember that and let those relationships develop naturally. You can't force another person on a child, no matter how old the child is.
Yes.
So those relationships have to develop and mature and develop naturally. And within 4 months, it wasn't the time to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And so after married, a lot of things changed. And because of the change, I was the blame because of the change.
Mm-hmm.
So the relationship with the kids didn't have time to develop and mature as it should have been.
Right.
Yeah.
They're still healing from a pain that happens, but that's really even a very wise statement that you have made, because that's something that occurs. The average, not even the average, a decent minded person never enters marriage hoping that they're going to get a divorce. You never enter your marriage hoping that it's going to fail. So
right.
When a divorce happens, it's more than just the husband and wife.
Yes.
Are experiencing the pain of what has occurred. If there's children involved, they experience it well. So
yes.
I can that part I can understand, because there's still that pain to go through. And then if you don't navigate it well, that actually increases it. So
right.
Scapegoat is not fun. I've been in that role before of being a scapegoat. And
yeah. And just as you said, Apostle Cat, as you said, you don't go into a marriage thinking you're going to get divorced. You cannot go with the attitude either, well, if this don't work out, I'll get divorced.
That's right.
You know, and so you have to, that's why it's important that you know someone long enough to see the good and to see the bad, because as my husband, when he counsels, as he tells people, that's a representative for the first few months. It's not the real person. Mm-hmm. It's a representative. You don't see the real person. It takes a while.
Mm-hmm.
Persona, they're going to give all the correct answers, all the correct postures. Everything is going to be perfect, you know. And you got to get past that honeymoon stage in dating to actually see a person for who they truly are.
That's awesome. So the 3 months of knowing each other, or the courting season, were you getting married so that you would do things right, even physical wise? I'll choose that word. Physical wise, we want to make sure that we're going to be successful. And so we're going to do this. And I feel like the both of you had some kind of glimpse, like he is the one, she is the one. Or am I wrong about that part?
Yes, you know, like when you go on a parking lot or go to a car, you know it when you see it.
Mm-hmm.
So and then the other thing is, I liked her personality. You know, it's not just, you know, she's a pretty woman, but I'm just saying she can have fun. She could laugh. She could be you know, she'll get a little emotional sometimes, but she's fun. So we enjoy and doing things together and stuff as well.
Yeah.
So that was one thing that I liked as well, and she kind of felt like a soulmate as far as working through things and doing things. I think initially she just felt expectations because you know how our church, we flow in the spirit through different things, and it was kind of like, okay, that it was a challenge initially because she didn't come from the same background that were, so it was kind of a new thing. And say these folks is prophesying, speaking in tongues, jumping on
falling out and doing I was scared. I'm telling the truth.
That's an every Sunday thing for us. What I'm saying, it was
right.
I'm like, Lord, if you just get me up out of here, I'm scared.
Right? That is hilarious. I love it.
Yeah,
that was a lot of changing. I got to meet his side of the family and his children. He has to meet my side of the family and my children. And now I'm going to a church that what is this? God? Is this the devil? What is this? Is this a cult?
Language doing something, falling out and what?
How they flowing in and out of this language and English at the same time? That's a lot going on. That's a lot going on.
Yes, it was.
And that's volumes to you, Lady Sherry, because even though you may have wanted to run, it was like, I need to run.
Yes. And then
hilarious.
Apostle Browder said before we got married, he said, well, what is your gift? And I'm thinking, was I supposed to bring a gift?
Oh, that's my favorite.
I was supposed to bring a gift card. What was I supposed to bring? Oh, help me.
Oh, we're going to laugh about that for the rest of the time.
So I had to find out a lot. And Apostle helped me, because I would ask questions. You can't just come to me with something and I'm going to accept it with a grain of salt. No, I have to have understanding. You got to explain that to me. And why do you do this? And why do you talk? Why are you talking in tongues? And there's nobody there to interpret what nobody's saying. He had to explain all of that. He had to explain it all to me so I would have a better understanding. Yeah.
I have getting a real deal.
Say that again.
I said, I'm getting the real deal on here.
That's what we want. Go ahead, Sandra.
I have a question. Do you think it would have made a difference if you had waited like a year after to marry him?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think the relationship with the kids would have been better. They would have at least known me, and I feel that maybe or maybe not. I don't know. We could have bonded.
Okay.
And yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. How is the bonding now? There's no Selena. Is it better? I'm sorry, Selena. Is it better now?
With the children?
Yeah.
Yes, it's better than it was day one.
Yeah.
Different kids are different. And I'm closer to some, so they all have different personalities. Mm-hmm. But yeah, absolutely, it's better than initially. Yes.
Okay. The reason why I ask is I know when my husband and when he was married, I wasn't. So he had kids, and it took, I guess for me, was because of some of the things that the mom had said. She had basically made it inseparable. But for me, I didn't think it would have made a difference, because sometimes when you have outside influence or whatever, sometimes it takes, I think it's just maybe like 3 or 4, 5 years ago is where one of the son actually, repented to me and said that he's sorry because he thought basically I was the cause of, whatever had happened. So that's why I asked, because I don't think it would have made a difference if he and his dad, if his dad and I had waited 30 years,
Yes.
it would have still have that, that
Yeah.
friction. So that's why I asked. So thank you. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand. Yeah, I was gonna say something. Lost my train of thought. But yeah, it is better. And it took a lot of time. But any relationship takes a lot of work and a
Yes.
lot of communication, even our relationship with Christ. If you don't talk to him for months and months, you're not connecting. And you're thinking, Jesus went away from me. He left me. No, you have to keep that communication going. And that's any relationship, whether it's husband and wife, parent and child.
Yes.
To keep, and relationships grow. And so, but in order for that to happen, you got to plant the seed in order for it to grow. And the seed is communication.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Oh, one more thing. Apostle Goins is correct. When I saw you, I said, oh my God, his wife is beautiful and I love your hair. So I wanted to agree with them.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Thank y'all. And I look so forward to seeing all of you in person, because I'm a hugger and I just like to hug, and that's just who I am, and I can't wait to get the chance to hug and love on each of you.
Oh,
Yeah.
We should plan a church trip. I'm coming personally, but we
Yeah.
should a church trip to
That
Texas.
would be so awesome. That would be so
I'm
awesome.
gonna write it down.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
come.
First trip, yes.
Yeah.
You would be so welcome. So welcome.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
Where would we fly into? Look, let's handle part of this right now.
Hobby would be better.
Hobby's the smaller airport rather than the that big one, Hobby.
Hobby, HOBB.
Why?
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, and it's much closer to us too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hobby Airport. And I'll find out the city that y'all live in after the fact. So that we'll be able to do hotel stays and all of that. Yeah, we need to make that happen this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And my husband is buying me a swimming pool for the backyard so we can swim. It's gonna be above the ground one. We're gonna barbecue. We just gonna have a good time.
I'm about to have a meeting after this show. I see his face.
We're gonna
already spend the whole church.
I like her. She's like, he's gonna get me a pool. Well, it's official. The pool is coming.
Go somewhere, and this is me. This is how I act, and he's just like, "Oh Lord, I see it."
Yes.
He's about used to it. I think now.
Yeah.
And I just talk to people. I just go up to people and talk. That's just who I am. How you doing, ma'am? What's your name? Where you from? That's me. And he
love it.
And he just walk off and leave me sometimes. Just leave me there talking.
No.
Lady Sherry, if it helps, he used to walk off and leave us too.
Yes, at the church. Here's the keys.
He used to leave us at church. Be like, I'm still going. I'm out.
Y'all prophets don't have no sense of time. Y'all know y'all don't. You lose track. Y'all lose track of time.
Listen, God was moving, so we was moving with God. God, I preached my message and you moved already. You ain't got to wear me out. I gotta go.
Here's the key. Y'all lock up. There you go.
Yeah. We're gonna plan that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is there anything else y'all want to know?
I'm excited for you.
Apostle Goins.
I don't know. Have we met Selena?
Selena and Sandra.
We know
Sandra.
Sandra.
Yeah.
But she been trying to talk.
Yeah. So I have a question. So as a counselor, they teach you to separate your counselor hat. How do you separate yourself as a counselor?
Oh my goodness.
She's talking to me.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I'll tell you the rest of the story when he get through.
Okay. No separation.
Well, well, first of all, it was a little. I would just talk to her, ask her how she doing, and she said, "I'm not one of your clients." And I said, "Do I have to speak slang for you to say I can't even ask you how you doing?" You know, but it's like it's a different thing. I've become way more wise, and I've become more empathetic than I was initially, because I just felt like the women were just being emotional all the time. But I had to find out that we had to learn how to validate emotions, and I help men with that now, because you know, I was still kind of my old school way initially, but yeah, it's things that, and sometimes I have to wait and use wisdom of what to say and what not to say. Even being led by the Spirit, that helps me as a therapist and also as a man of God and as a husband, because not every, it's a timing to, do I need to say some of this conversation, or is it better to hear from the Lord and say something later? And so that's what I do. I kind of have to engage it on the day-to-day situation thing, as far as what to do and how to do. It's no just formula that's going to work with every situation, with us, with a counseling or anything. So I kind of try to be led and flow with it.
And men typically like to solve problems. So sometimes we're having a conversation, and in his mind, he's thinking how to fix something. I'm not wanting you to fix anything. I'm just talking to you. We're just having a conversation. And that's how men think, you know. So when I tell you something or tell you something I'm not trying to say, okay, here's the problem, fix it. I'm just talking. We're just engaging. And so I think he kind of understands that better now. You know, I don't want you to fix everything. I'm not trying to get you to fix anything right now. And I'm pretty outspoken. And when there's something I need you to do, I'm going to tell you, okay, you know, can you do this? You know, I'm not going to beat around the bush or make you have to guess what, you know, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to come straight out. So if I'm just saying this happened or this happened, we're just engaging in conversation. Yeah.
So that sounds like a being open to even recognize, because I think especially in counseling and pastoral, it's easy because it becomes a part of who you are. There is no, I take this hat off. Yep. I put this hat on. It becomes you.
Yes.
So I think staying open, I know for a fact that staying open to people being able to tell you, I don't need the psychologist today, or I don't need the mental health today, because this is what I know for a fact. I have relationship with my pastor, and so there would be times when I would be there and like, how's Kat doing today? And I would say, I don't need the psychologist. Right? I'm here to talk to my pastor. But here's what he didn't recognize: it's your voice. And to you guys, you're just talking, but to us, it's like, I know that boy. That's the doctor sound right there.
Yeah.
In my brain, I can't have a heart conversation, not a brain conversation.
Yes, but he would say that. So how are you doing? Oh, no. That's what you ask the clients. You know, no, I don't like that. How are you doing? No, you
would say, what up?
There you go.
What's up, bro?
Yeah, it's the sound though. It's the sound. It's not necessarily the words. It's how it's sounding. And it sounds like you're about to pull out the pad and take notes. It's like, no,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but that's something that you become that. So it takes some work to be like, oh, how do I shut this off, or help me with my voice, or whatever that looks like.
Yeah.
I didn't want to feel like that people feel threatened or couldn't talk to me. That used to bother me as a pastor and so on. But it's just like I also thought, I said, maybe I can start a new modality called apostolic therapy, because I know some people, when they talk to me, they're going to get it real. They come back to me because I'm going to tell them the truth, man, woman, boy, or couple. And I say, you angry right now? I can see if you can't let me talk, how you going to let her talk? Or vice versa.
Yeah.
So I kind of do, they get all of it when I have a session.
Yeah.
That's good.
But I tell Apostle, like he wonders, well, they're friendly with you. They don't treat me like that. And I said, and I tell him, you're not approachable. It's because he's intimidating. I'm telling y'all.
Yes.
He's not, and it's just, and he'll see me talking to the neighbors and they'll know my name. And he'll say, well, they don't talk to me like that. I said, because he's intimidating. He looks intimidating. He just doesn't have that approachable, like, welcoming, like, you can come talk to me.
I'm from Gary.
Yeah.
Right. He still got the Gary, Indiana swag going on.
She looked like, I can't believe she said that.
And look, he ain't 3 feet tall. Let's talk.
I know.
Are you 6'1", 6'2"?
Yes.
6'1", and he's a giant.
Yeah,
like he's a giant 6'1", and I don't mean like he's he's built 6'1". Listen, y'all, my pastor is a martial arts. Look, I call him a martial arts guru. He's a 5th Dan. Is that right?
Well, actually, I'm a grandmaster now.
Oh, and that ain't Grandmaster Flash, y'all. It's Grandmaster Flash.
Okay.
Oh, gosh. And this is what I've always found amazing, though. This man has all of these artistic abilities, physical abilities, mental abilities. He's highly intelligent. He can snap your neck before you even know your neck has been snapped. And he is such a gentle giant.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that also speaks to a level of security that he has, because most people don't know he's sitting at the desk. He'd be like, I could just leap right over this desk and handle you.
Yeah.
You'll never know that. When I saw my pastor, because I used to take his class before my knees said, we're done. When my pastor was like, okay, this is what we're going to start learning. And he took that stick and spun and did some gymnastic move. Oh, this is my last day of class.
I know. Excuse me, I need to be excused.
Yes. When we're done, I said, I didn't pay for Genesis to come.
I don't think this is for me.
No, I stopped at an orange belt. And I said, Pastor, my knees, I need them. You're not about to pop them out.
I'm not going to be able to do that.
Take to the sky and come down, and we're out of here. Go by.
I have to tell y'all something funny. So when I was in Colorado, I worked at the group home. And so we worked with people that were not ambulatory. So we had to, them people were heavy, turning them and trying to change their diaper and stuff. And so I used to come home. I worked 3 to 11, and I come home and I tell, baby, I am tired. I hurt. I'm so sore from lifting them people. You know what advice he gave me?
What?
Well, you need to start lifting some weights. That's what he did. I'm trying to change jobs, and you talking about lifting some weights.
That was a very manly answer.
I said, what you say now? Say what?
Oh, I love it.
That was back then.
That was back then.
Like, here, babe, I got you some dumbbells.
He had some. So the weights under the bed. I'm looking for a job, and you talking about finding some weights for me.
I love it.
He's a man. He's so funny. He is a
That's
mess.
funny.
He is so funny. Yeah, but you have to get to know him, because if you just go off of first impression, you're gonna be okay. But you gotta get to know Apostle. Going, yeah,
You know,
you
he's
love
having
him.
like a lot of foolishness. So
Yeah,
he'll
yeah.
play. He'll play. We're gonna talk about him like he's not here. And he likes to have fun, but he doesn't like to do foolishness. And
Yeah.
there's a difference. And
Yeah,
so you coming off like you foolish, he'd be like, all right then. And he'll be keep walking to his car. All right then.
Yeah.
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 And he'll be getting in saying, Be like, okay, well then I'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
He started up his vehicle and pulling off.
yeah, yeah.
I love it.
But honestly, it probably took
He like, that's enough. I know that grunt.
it took us about 8 years to really get to know each other. Honestly, it took about 8 years.
Okay.
8 years. Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
That's when I finally got off probation. No.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Look, now you on step down, Apostle. You're not in the high level security.
Yeah, but it took us a long time, and I'm gonna tell to be honest, I was ready to throw the towel. I don't know how many times, and I was telling him that he don't even acknowledge. He wouldn't even acknowledge. He just keep doing what he was doing. Like did you hear me? He just keep doing what he did. And then he wouldn't argue, fight with me. I was mad because he wouldn't fight with me. He wouldn't argue with me. He wouldn't say a word.
Wisdom.
He wouldn't say a word.
He said wisdom.
Wisdom.
Just keep doing what he's doing. I was just waiting because I was ready.
Look at her.
Look,
If
I'm
it
getting
is
ready.
I'm ready. Oh, honey, come on, let's fight just because.
I was ready. No, he wouldn't engage. He don't engage. He does not engage. Mm-mm.
That is hilarious.
I had another voice talking to me and telling me what to do and what not to do. That's why those are led by the Spirit of God and the sons of God. So I have to make sure I walked in here and walked in fruit too.
Yeah. But through his leadership and guidance, I have learned so much, especially about the apostolic and what I came to realize when I was in the Baptist church, it was so religious. Everything was so religious, but it wasn't relationship. It wasn't relational, but it was religious. Don't touch that table. That's the Lord's Supper table. Everything was religious, and you do things because that's just how you do it. You do first Sunday Lord's Supper. You can't do it another time. Everything is just tradition and religion. And it's so different now. I've learned so much. Yeah. So I'm so thankful for him. Yeah. And I know I've given him a hard time. I know I have. I know I repent for that. Because I know I have. I know I have.
He can handle it.
Yep.
He the grand master. Don't
Constant ministry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what some men of God don't understand that their first ministry should be their spouse.
Yeah.
Then they go to the church. So it's got to get that understanding.
Yeah.
What it's how can you be an elder and you can't deal with your home and different
Come on.
things. So,
Yeah.
That is true. So
you
now
need to be protected physically, financially, and emotionally.
That's it. Yeah. So now you two remarried a little later in life. You were more adult when you came together. Was finances a challenge in merging that together as well?
Yeah.
Look, they both
Well, I had to go. Well, remember at that time 2013, so I was going through with the church. I was still had repercussions of going through a divorce, changing homes. So it was a financial challenge. But we started off, we was just in a 1-bedroom in the Breakers, and I did a 1-bedroom when we initially moved to Texas as well. So, and that was another whole thing of starting all over, believing God and trusting God again. For a little 6 months of me doing a $10 hour job, just doing security just to make it, to get to it. So when he says leave that country and that kindred to a place that I know it's not, so still trusting God, doing things again, and God said some things here. Still, do apostolic flow and work with things. Appreciate, we're working with the Carpenter's house now, and Pastor Dr. Reggie Pope, and we work with them, and some other ministries are here, but it's just still doing what we can is unto the Lord. And of course, I still do my thing with wisdom on the Facebook,
Right.
and so try to keep them and a few other people who I still feel like I have covenant relationship with.
Mhm.
And I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
And so my suggestion also is one of the lessons that I learned is before you get married to someone, to make sure all those old ties are cut.
Yeah.
Whatever you have with the ex, whether it's a house or whatever it is, cut all that loose. Don't go into something where it's still kind of hanging on a little bit. No, you got to cut all those ties. When you get through with alimony, when you get through with doing whatever you're going to do with the house, then we'll talk. Oh, well, it's the truth. But it's the truth. You don't want to go into a new marriage.
No, for real.
Old ties. You don't.
Yeah. But that is so wise, because that's not something that should be hidden, because it can only be hidden for so long.
Yeah.
Because eventually I'm going to start asking, like, now, why can't we go get some ice cream? It's just ice cream.
Yeah.
Because 3/4 of my check go over here before it even
Right.
Yes. We
Right.
got it.
Right. Yeah.
That's wisdom there. Yeah.
But then there's a whole lot of times, even though I don't do it all the time, but she didn't know all the financial things because I didn't, that's why the man is not just supposed to be the stronger vessel because of strength. He's supposed to deal with stuff and not put it burden on his wife. So, I'm gonna handle it, just let us know, and then I take care of it.
Now we know you'll handle it, but we don't know all these guys gonna handle it. And we'll look up and be like, and how come I had to sell my underwear?
Yeah.
Well, I'm still old school. I was born in the 50s, so I'm one of the last of that generation.
Okay, well, I'm gonna need you to let me know if you know somebody around that age. They got that old school mindset. We can talk about it. Look, they just might as well go and buy your house first, and then we can meet up in public, because you can't come to my house.
But background means a lot, because a lot of times people feel like they can be Jesus to a person and they have a whole lot of trauma. God can heal, but you need to have some wisdom. Is God saying be a friend to this person or a season? Yeah. But because you're going to have to deal with whatever you see is what you get. People think that magic thing when you say I do, like everything changed. No, it is what it is. And so, you got to use some wisdom that this is all a package. And then you can grow and you can learn, but you have to have some understanding and do that as unto the Lord as well.
Yeah.
So.
And as he says in counseling, which we didn't do when we first got married, it was my kids, your kids, my this, your this, my. And he says all the time, you have to have a we-identity.
Yeah, I made up a word.
We-identity.
Identity.
We-dentity.
Identity.
Yes. So if you're thinking this is mine and this is yours, this is my chocolate ice cream, this your vanilla ice cream, this, everything has to be separated. Well, how are you coming together as one like it's supposed to be? If you are going to separate everything, then you're not doing what God instructed us to do. We're supposed to become as one.
Yep.
It's one. But we can't do that if we're making distinctions and separating. We learn that. We learn that by trial and error.
Yeah.
Identity.
And the relationship is more important than being right and having a contest about everything. You got to be empathetic and hear another person's point of view. Because, even though the man's the man, you still have to use wisdom and how that validate her thoughts, her feelings, and what's going on. You have to make some decisions, but at least hear them.
And I say, if I win, if I win or he wins, we both lose.
Yes.
There has to be a winner. We both lose. Yeah. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Okay, I need to say that again. Okay, if he or she wins and the other loses, we both lose, right?
Yeah.
That's good.
Because somebody's going to feel demeaned, put down, or not, they don't feel like a priority or their opinions matter. So you might have feel like you won, but what did you do to your spouse?
Oh, how did you play the game to win?
Yeah. And then now you got to get to the point of trying to rectify things. And I even as far as trying to justify things, I just tell people, say my bad, but from today forward, I'm gonna be a different man or a different woman, because you can't change the past.
Yeah.
So you can go and have arguments and stuff about this is what you did in 19 or 2020 or whatever, but you still can't go back and do that. But you can make a commitment and then show it by your actions. But from today forward, I'm going to show you more than I'm going to say it. You're going to see a different man, a different woman.
Yes.
I like that.
And for me, if your words and your actions contradict, I'm going to believe your actions.
Come on.
Yes. Those words mean nothing. You show me. Yeah.
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 We are like our Father. Spoke a thing and it happened. So if you speaking a thing, you better make it match.
That's it. Yes. Yes.
I like it.
Yes. God didn't say make the promise. There's gonna be light. He said, let there be light, and there was.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And it was.
Hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. He didn't talk about it all day. What he gonna do? Yeah. Yes.
That's a good statement. I never thought about it that way. Yeah. If he and she,
let it be.
yes, because I would think both of us win. It doesn't matter. But I never thought about it the way that you all said it. So I will have to add that to my wisdom. Yeah. That's really good. Yeah. We need more wisdom.
Yeah, absolutely.
Drop some more nuggets.
Yes.
All
of us need wisdom.
Hold that conversation when you're emotionally intoxicated till you all can be at peace to hear one another. Because when you're both angry, you talk at each other instead of to each other. You have one person want to keep talking right away, and the other person become a silent Sam or silent Sue. Neither one of those are good. But when you calm down, then you can actually hear someone instead of reacting to their reactions.
Oh, I think I need some classes with you, so I can be wiser. Yeah, I need some classes. Yeah. So that's
I'm
good.
gonna put that one on a sticky. That's for life in general.
Yeah. But what do we do when we get angry? I'm going to show him. I'm finna go tell him off. And that's when we need to be quiet. Just let it calm down a minute, and where you're thinking rationally. Because, like you said, when you're angry, it's like being intoxicated with alcohol, and you're not making sense. What's coming out your mouth right now is not making sense. It's not rational. And so you go calm down, and then we'll talk about it later. But you know it takes two. If you can argue, if you want to stand there and argue by yourself, all right, you do that. But
Yeah.
I'm not engaging right now.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. That's one of my favorite things to do is walk away because I realized I was grown. I was like,
Yeah.
I can take this
Right.
to fix
You
it.
have that power, right?
Yes.
But depending on who it is, you might have to use some wisdom and say, you know, I need a timeout, or I need to, because they're going to immediately look at it as like, you don't care about what I'm saying.
Yep.
And they'll get offended.
If
So,
you talking to me crazy,
oh, okay. Well, that's a
I'll
different thing.
politely let you know by the way I exit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah, no, I wouldn't just. But now, if you talking crazy, I could care less what you take because I need to
I
get
got you.
before I
Yeah.
fail.
Yeah.
But if we getting heated, yes, by all
Yeah.
means, I'll give you that respect.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you
But
coming out,
I'm not engaging. I'm not engaging in this right now. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. So, do you two still make each other laugh?
Every day. Every day. I think. Yeah.
She just what's the
Oh.
guy? Oh,
What
this
you
the
gonna
guy on the what's he? They have this radio guy that came on, and he said that he was gonna come over to this person's house
Oh, nephew Tommy.
to baptize him in the driveway.
Nephew Tommy said he had a mobile baptism pool, and he told the man said he was coming to his house at 7:00 in the morning to go baptize.
Yeah, he said, "Yeah, you need another dip that your spouse paid for you." And so and he got so angry, started cussing.
And you know, at first they stay Christian. They stay Christian. First, they recognize, well, sir, I don't think I want. And he keep on and on, then their real self come out.
Oh, that is funny.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
So, when you two got together, did you have to merge your entertainment, or did you have a common ground? Did you have to do a lot of adjusting in that, like how you would enjoy spending time together? Was that a big adjustment as well?
Yes, she's more of an outdoor person. I'm more, and I like to see movies or do different things, and so, but we'll do some things together that we work out. We both definitely love traveling and doing things like that. But just in the house, you know, to give me space because she doesn't want me smothering her, and I'm, you know, vice versa. We kind of do the balance thing, you know.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, I heard you say smothering. So
Ooh.
was it a conversation that came about? Because sometimes people think, oh, we always got to be hunched up under each other and sitting on top of each other. And
No.
did that conversation was it?
He was more like that. Wanted me to sit next to him, or we watch something together. We do, and so I kind of told him, you know, I need space. You know, I just need space.
Mm-hmm.
But he's kind of like that too. And so we came to common ground on that.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah, if you're too enmeshed and you don't have a life outside of each other, that's not good. But if you're too separate, that's not good.
Yeah.
It needs to be a balance.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you answered that next question. So y'all do things separate from each other as well, and you're good with that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good.
But that took a little work, but we got there.
Mm-hmm.
That took some work. We got there. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Ladies, do y'all have any other questions before I do their speed round?
No.
Okay.
No.
So I have a speed round for you, and then I'm gonna ask as we start to go off if the two of you will leave something with our audience, whether it's to the married or those waiting to be married, however that is downloaded to you. But we got this speed round. Don't take a long time thinking about it. It's just a little playful thing
Okay.
I like to do. Toothpaste, end, middle, or top? How do you squeeze it?
But
Yeah.
Bottom, okay. Steak, medium well, or dead?
Well,
Medium.
Okay, yes, medium is how you eat it.
Yeah.
It's so nice and tender. I used to eat medium well till a chef told me to try it medium because when it rests, it'll still rise up to a level of temperature. Woohoo! Yes.
Yes. And it's so tender and not so dry. Yeah.
Toilet seat, up or down?
Down.
Look, he like down.
Yeah, down, up when you need to use it, but then you don't keep it up.
Right.
It's not appropriate. Yeah.
I like that. Look,
What you mean?
right.
I said it's not appropriate to keep the toilet seat up.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay.
They are cute.
What you talking about? Okay.
Toilet paper, over or under?
Over.
That made him.
That was one of our things initially.
Yeah.
I still do under at times.
Yeah.
I'll be flexible, but that's why I started off under and she was over.
Okay. All right. That's hilarious. Dishes, air dry or hand dry?
Say again.
Dishes. How would you dry the dishes? Air dry or hand dry?
Air dry. No towels on the air dry.
Well, he like what?
No, I depends on if they sit there for a while, But yeah, I probably more of that. But I used to you have to use a drying towel.
Okay.
But, now we probably just let them sit out over.
Yeah.
Okay. I like how they both looked by the kitchen yes.
Yep.
Right there. Music. What's your favorite genre of music? You can give 2 or 3 of them if you like.
Besides, I like smooth jazz.
Yeah. I like old school, and of course gospel, but old school. I like my old school.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you guys dance together?
If there was something on a thing, not too much in the house, she'll laugh at me because
he does by himself.
Because he's swung.
Yeah, hilarious. Yeah, he'll get it.
He put that OG swing on.
Yeah,
yeah,
he get it.
I love it. Action, drama, or romance?
Action.
Yeah. I like thrillers.
Ooh.
Yeah. Maybe a little drama mixed with not horror, but the thrill, suspense.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And what is your best form of relaxation?
Music.
Okay. And how about you?
Are you sleeping? Yeah, music or chilling or watching something on. Yeah, I just like to chill and lay back.
All right. Awesome. Thank y'all so much. I would love for you guys to just speak to our viewing audience and giving them some words of encouragement, whatever, nuggets, however it flows for you.
Okay. God will perfect that which is concerning you. What God has joined together, let no man put asunder, even yourselves. Don't react to reactions. Use wisdom. God, what should I do? How should I do this? Give me a way. Do I say something, not say anything? You will never get in trouble if you act in wisdom instead of emotions.
And I would say as a married couple, be careful who you expose your marriage to. And if you ask for advice, make sure that it is godly counsel. But be careful who you expose your marriage to. Not everybody on Facebook is your friend or means you well. So just be careful who you expose your marriage to.
Awesome. Y'all heard it here first on Chilling with Purpose. How we met, our love story. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Goins, for hanging out.
All right.
This was a joy, and we'll turn it into the hands of our producer.
All right. Thank y'all so much.
All right.
God has a purpose. God has a plan. I'm living his will. He's got me in his hands. I'm chilling, chilling, chilling with purpose. God has a purpose. God has a plan. I'm living his will. He's got me in his hands. I'm chilling.